I'll tell you an interesting story. We had somebody who came up to us and asked us why we were using a newspaper. And he suggested maybe we should use some others. And he gave me all his reasons for why. So I was smiling, and he says, "Why are you smiling?" And I said, "Well, obviously we must be using the right newspaper." And he says, "What do you mean by that?" I said, "The fact that you read it and asked me the question. If you hadn't seen it, you wouldn't be asking me the question." So obviously it's working for us. It's as long as someone reads it, we have achieved what we wanted to achieve. When you walk into Chinatown, they all come up to you and they say, "Oh, we know who you are." It indicates that it's actually working.
So does that mean
They don't need to buy something to convince me that it's working. If they come up and they say, "You are Eddie." Okay. We had somebody in Kuala Lumpur. His girlfriend is studying here, and she rang him and said, "We saw Eddie in Chinatown." And so he rings me and he says, "Were you in Chinatown?" I said,
So
"Sometimes."
does that mean we're going to...
He says, "Now everybody seems to know you." I said, "Well, I find that very strange." He says, "Oh, my girlfriend saw the Chinese newspaper and saw the full ads." And I said,
So I won't have...
"Oh," I said, "at least we're getting value for money. Your girlfriend is reading it." It doesn't mean that she has to buy a business. The fact is that she read it. And somebody in Malaysia walks up and tells you about it, and you think, "Hey, this is not bad." When we get the phone calls, we know it's working. We work on that premise. And we are not disappointed at all. We're definitely not disappointed. And I think the fact that we're still doing it indicates that we're happy. You know, if we were not happy, we wouldn't be doing it. We would have said, "It's just not working." So most of our business actually at the moment is international. We have a lot of Chinese business, but I would say close to 40%. That's that if you do a mix. Okay. And sometimes we are not sure where it comes from. But when we visit the business person, then they tell us, "Oh, we saw you in the newspapers, in your newspapers." I actually had one person who, believe it or not, has your newspaper. And there was an article that he wrote on us nearly 2 years ago, and he still has it. And he brought it out and he says, "That's you, isn't it?" And I said, "Gee, this is too embarrassing." And he says, I said, "Why do you keep it?" He says, "It's quite interesting." So, you know, it is what it is. And believe it or not, it was read in Malaysia. Somebody came up to me and told me about my life story, and I looked at him and he says, "Oh, we saw it on the internet." I said, "What internet?" "Your newspaper." I said, "Are you guys serious?" So you don't know where it goes to. You'll find that you work in your paper so you don't notice it. Okay? So if you look carefully at your paper, it's a user-friendly paper. I don't read Chinese, but I will tell you, when you look at the pictures, you look at pictorials, you will find it's quite different from the rest. You will find, if you have a good look at it, you don't notice it, we notice it. You do it as a print. We read it as a reader. We are coming from two different points. No one needs to persuade you. You have a look at their articles, you have a look at their layout, have a look at their advertisers, look at their presence, look at their website. And then you will think, that's not bad. It's an independent newspaper. They have good articles, they have good content, they have a very good mix of commercial. And from a business standpoint, we decided to go along. We have been approached by our clients who would advertise with the other Chinese media. And they've asked us, why this, why, and we've told them it's working for us, why would we change? And I find yours is a good paper. And you don't want to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is already there. You don't need to change it. So for us, your paper does what we wanted to do. And you have an international presence. I can go to the website and you have a print media across the world.